What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Ryan, and today we are going to go snorkeling. It's going to be a great trip, and we'll see what we can see. So here's what's going on here. I'm just swimming around with my fins on and this nice mask that I like, and I'm just looking at the bottom until I see a critter or something cool that I can show to the camera. And there was a shark sighting where I'm swimming, so I have to be careful. And here's our first creature of the day. It's a blue crab. It's a lot smaller than it looked from in the water, because when I got out and I saw the crab, it did not look that big, but it's a nice crab. And our next creature we have is a European green crab. Now, please do something with these when you catch them. They're great bait, and they're invasive, so try to do something with them. And just look at this bottom. Look at all the vegetation and plants here. If I were a fish or a crab, I would not mind living here. That's a nice little hermit crab right there. And yeah, there's a lot of places to hide and swim, and there's probably a lot of creatures in here, so I'm just gonna look around a lot more and try to find some stuff. And right here is a decorator crab. Now these crabs actually put the plants and stuff on their bodies so they kind of blend into the bottom more so predators can't find them. If you just saw my most recent short, we caught a bunch of these guys. And here's another green crab.
There are a lot of green and spider crabs out here.
Most people call the decorator crabs spider crabs, and it's probably a more popular name for them. And yeah, there's one right there. And here's a green crab under a rock, and there's a little fish. You could just see a glimpse of them. I think that was a cunner. They are everywhere in those rocks down there. I gotta go set a trap to see if maybe I can catch some of them. Maybe I'll try that some other time. And yeah, we just swim around peacefully and look for stuff. And here's a blue crab molt. So that was pretty cool. I'm moving pretty fast when I'm swimming, so I just saw that right when I was about to swim over it, and that is a scallop. A lot of people confuse them for clams, but it's a completely different creature. They're really cool. They taste really good. Too bad they're not in season, and they swim by opening and closing their shell, and it's pretty cool. And here's another green crab. There are about thousands of these down there. There's just so many. And I thought I saw a green crab right there, but he was not looking too hot. But here's a healthy green crab walking right over a rock, and he tried to pinch me. They get really feisty, and you could just see a fish right there. Sorry about that stutter. And here's another thing. That's a lady crab. I was really hoping we could find a live one of those. Unfortunately, we couldn't, but they're just such a beautiful crab. They look like leopards. That's awesome. When I was younger and I would catch those things, I was like, oh my gosh, I caught a jaguar crab. But I found out they're called lady crabs, and they're really cool. They are kind of like blue crabs, but they're just as feisty as them, and they can swim just like blue crabs. But they're a completely different species. And we just found a really big clam right here. It's a really big clam. And here's a dead spider crab. I thought I could pick him up, but his guts and stuff went everywhere. So have to swim out pretty fast after that. And here's another spider crab. And here's a horseshoe crab. I wasn't sure if it was a molt or alive, so I just touched him a little, and he was for sure alive. And they're such weird creatures. These things are one of the oldest living animals, and they're super cool looking. You can't keep them, but it's cool to dive and explore with them. And it's followed him for a little bit, and he's a pretty cool crab. He was chill. And surprisingly, they can't like pinch you or stab you or anything. It just feels weird if they touch you. And I tried to let him walk by right there, but it didn't really work out. And then I thought of another idea, just to put the camera down on the ground and have him walk over it. So I just put the camera down right there, and he almost walked over. And he just barely made it. It wasn't a great shot, but it's kind of cool to see his underside a little bit more than just the top side. Here's the horseshoe crab again. They're really interesting looking. That guy has barnacles on him, or her, I'm not sure. I forgot how to tell the difference between male and female. If somebody knows in the comments, please let me know. I tried to move a little bit far out so I could get this shot. It didn't turn out amazing, but it's all right. It's not awful. I'm going to probably use this as my thumbnail, just of him walking by right here. It wasn't amazing, but it'll probably get the job done. So yeah, you could see his little eyes right there. He's really cool. And right here, I just picked him up so you could see his underside real quick. It's really weird looking, but it's also really cool. So is this a male or a female? Somebody please let me know in the comments. So here, now I'm going to move over just a little bit so I can just find another spot to swim around and maybe explore and try to catch something cool and just take a look at something. And here's a horseshoe crab molt. Now this is not a dead crab. Every once in a while, crabs need to regenerate their skin and just molt, and they just generate new skin under, and the old shell falls off. So that crab is probably lurking around somewhere. And just for a glimpse right there, you could see a school of silver sides. Rewind if you have to. Here's a blue crab right here. He's a pretty feisty one as well. And here's another cunner fish. There, after I shut this off, I saw like 6 more of them. And that was it. And we had to head back. That's going to wrap up this video for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a cool experience watching this. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.